I really have to resist the urge to just like, this episode is going to have a lot to offer. It's going to have fire, it's going to have ice cream, it's going to have an uncontrollable want to throw the entire bake in the bin, just like Ian did in this infamous episode. It's going to have coconut cake. It's basically going to be a dreamy nightmare just wrapped up into one.
This is Teresa Figures It Out. I'm finally doing all the things I've been putting off. Stop daydreaming and start doing with me. I'm Teresa. Every video I tackle something I've been meaning to try, learn, cook, or finish, because we only get one life. Come figure it out with me.
Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Teresa Figures It Out. Basically, this channel is about making all of life's have-to-dos a little bit easier with some hacks and a little bit more fun so that we can get to life's want-to-dos. I have a lot of different series that I'm doing, but I'm still a very new creator. I would appreciate if you would subscribe, like, and comment. It really helps me out. On this series, I'm making all the Great British Baking Show bakes. This episode is from season 5, episode 4, which was dessert week. It's the Showstopper challenge, which is going to be a baked Alaska. So a baked Alaska has, well, at least I don't know if this is what it traditionally has, but in this episode, what it had for the bakers on the show was some sort of cake base, ice cream, and then a meringue over the top that they toasted. I got to order my own little flamey, what's it called? Flame torch, kitchen torch thingy. I'm really excited about that. I went and got butane for it today, and we get to try it for the first time and flame on. This was a really infamous episode for Great British Baking Show because this is the episode where Ian gets really frustrated. It's really hot in the tent that day, and nobody can get their ice cream to set properly. And everybody's opening up the freezers and closing the freezers. And then Ian's bake gets put on the side and it melts, and he gets really mad, and he takes it and he just throws it in the bin. And it still lives in infamy. I rewatched it, of course, before making this, and I feel really bad for Ian. I really do. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. A lot of people don't like emotional outbursts and things like that, but I'm a sensitive person and I'm an emotional person, so I can feel it. I can see it. And I think it was mean. Maybe there was some sort of something that we don't know going on. Some of the other bakers took his bake out, I guess because it wasn't supposed to be in that refrigerator or that freezer, and they just left it on the counter and didn't say anything to him. They could have at least said something. I'm here for you, Ian. I'm sorry that that happened. My baked Alaska, I was going back and forth on what I wanted to do. I was actually thinking about doing like Girl Scout cookies. Here in the US, we have, on the West Coast, we call them Samoas. I forget all the things that they're called in the different places, but they are called different things. Maybe I'll put that right here. They have like coconut and chocolate, but the coconut then got me thinking about lime mango coconut, and then I just got set on that. So I'm going to be making a Lazy Daisy cake, which is my favorite toasted coconut cake. So good. The one that I'm making is from King Arthur flour. It's, I could eat the whole cake, honestly. And then the ice cream base is going to be mango, and then there's going to be a meringue. But I think I'm going to put lime zest in the meringue to make it lime, mango, coconut. I don't know. Stay tuned. You know, things change a lot here, so we'll see.
On this episode of Making Every Great British Baking Show Bake, for the Showstopper challenge, Teresa will be making a baked Alaska called I Put the Lime and Mango in the Coconut, with a coconut base, mango ice cream, and lime meringue.
The first thing that I need to do, though, actually is to get my cake baking. I should also say that, again, it's a very busy day. I think I say that every single episode, but it is a very busy day. My cousin's family is coming to stay with us this weekend, and then we are leaving for 5 days to go to Disneyland and California Adventure with our kids. And then I'm trying to do this filming, and I'm trying to do like extra editing for next week. And I also have orders going out on my business. it's just really busy. So I might be in different forms of attire throughout the day, but maybe not. Maybe I'll just be like this with the hair and everything. I don't know. Anyways, I got to get going. Oh, my cousin, number one, is the one who brought me the special chili flakes that I put in my hot honey from the Showstopper from Bread Week a couple of episodes back. You should definitely check that one out. It was really good. And also, he is apparently starting to make sourdough bread, and he's going to bring me some sourdough bread. Maybe I will insert a video of that if I can remember. Okay, let's get started. We're going to start on the Lazy Daisy cake. I needed 2 large eggs at room temperature. Of course, I forgot to do that because, like, why people, I don't know. You really have to have your stuff together to remember to keep your eggs at room temperature. I'm telling you. Sometimes I do. I'm not going to say I never do, but it's rare. So I'm using Mary Berry's tip, and I put them in some warmish water. I think that's what you're supposed to do. Whatever. That's what I did. So I'm going to put those in a mixing bowl. I'm going to beat them, and then I'm going to add sugar and flour and baking powder and salt. And then I have to heat up some milk and some butter and then combine that. And then I'm going to bake it for 30 minutes. And then I'm going to do the topping, which is like a brown sugar, butter, toasted coconut. Whoa. No, it's so good. It's like Homer with the donuts. Like, whoa. So good. Oh, just the topping alone. Okay, let's stop daydreaming about it and actually make it. Okay, here it goes. Good start. Probably put parchment paper down. I want to, yeah, like that. Okay. it's really too bad that we don't have smell-o-vision because the coconut and the butter and the brown sugar, it just smells so good. You should really try that cake on its own. If you like coconut, it's such a good cake and it's really easy. The next thing I'm going to do is to make my ice cream. So I'm using Ben and Jerry's sweet cream base, and then I'm going to add mango. I decided to do freeze-dried mangoes. I got some at Trader Joe's. I'm going to Trader Joe's a lot lately, and we don't really go to Trader Joe's a lot. But when I went yesterday to get stuff, I was thinking to myself, Trader Joe's seems inexpensive for a lot of things, maybe not all things. And I was thinking about doing a future video where I compare some prices. I don't know, maybe we'll see. Anyways, so the sweet cream base is just eggs, sugar, heavy cream, and milk. And then I'm going to add the powdered freeze dried mangoes. And then I was thinking about cutting up some, or maybe putting them in my Cuisinart so I don't have to cut them. Some frozen mangoes. I love frozen mangoes. Frozen mangoes as a dessert all on its own after dinner is one of my favorite things. You just put them on the counter, the frozen mangoes, in a bowl and let them sit there for 10 minutes. And they just slightly come down temperature just a little bit, and then you just eat it. Oh, it's really good. As long as you get good frozen mango. There's some nasty frozen mango out there. Okay, anyways. The one thing about this Ben & Jerry's sweet cream base, I've made it before. It's not pasteurized. So the eggs go in there raw. And I've looked it up, and Ben & Jerry says it's fine, but I know you can pasteurize it if you want to, which would be bringing it to a certain temperature and then taking it back down. I'm not going to do that. I mean, I haven't done it before and it's been fine. So I guess we'll see what happens. I'm going to start making that. Make it all wet. Okay, let's do the powder first then. That's really funny, but I I forgot how many cups of heavy cream I put in here, so I actually had to stop filming and then rewatch to make sure I did the right amount. Okay, a couple of things. I'm going to take the freeze-dried mango and put it into the milk because I was reading there's actually not a lot of recipes with freeze-dried mangoes and or using freeze-dried mangoes in ice cream, but there was one that I saw and they kind of like bloomed it in the milk, so I'm going to do that. The other thing I was thinking about was it'd be a good idea to do a little bit of a shallow dive on milk fats for ice cream, because depending on if you're making gelato or ice cream or whatever it is, you need a certain percentage of milk fat. So this particular sweet cream recipe or sweet cream base from Ben & Jerry's is 2 cups of heavy whipping cream and 1 cup of milk. And the fat is really what helps it because it has, I watched this Alton Brown one time, like a long time ago, and he was explaining, I think it was that, and he was explaining how that's what helps you not just get ice. If you don't have enough fat, it would just be ice. Whereas when you have the fat and then you put it into a churner and it's churning it around, it does something with the ice crystals to make it the way that it is and have the texture that it has. I don't know if I'm making sense, but let's do a little bit of a short dive about that now. And then we'll get back to making ice cream.
Milk fat percentages in frozen desserts dictate texture, flavor, and richness. The higher the fat, the more decadent and scoopable, but flavors can become more subtle. The lower the fat content, the more icy and less scoopable because the fat helps to decrease the ice from forming. Here's the difference between each kind of frozen dessert. Traditional ice cream is between 10 and 25% fat. Soft serve is 3 to 6% fat. Soft serve can have a lower fat percentage because it's dispensed at a warmer temperature and served immediately. Gelato is between 4 and 9% fat. Gelato has a higher milk ratio than heavy cream. The lower fat content makes for a much more intense flavor. Gelato is also churned at a slower rate. Frozen custard has at least 10% fat, plus another 1.4% egg yolk solids, and sorbet is 0% fat.
God. Whoa. Okay, maybe that wasn't a good idea. Yeah. Okay, that was wild. Okay, I'm just gonna chop them. Oh my goodness. Might have broken my Cuisinart. We'll see. It sucks though. I did. All right, now that my base is done, I'm gonna put it into my ice cream maker. I think it's a Cuisinart ice cream maker. It takes about 20 minutes to turn the ice cream, and then it's soft serve ice cream. So it's gonna need to freeze for a little while. Oh, I should have thought about that. Actually, I wonder if that's gonna work. Huh. Well, oh well. It is what it is. But I definitely should have thought about that. Bummer. Anyway, it's gonna be soft serve, and then I'll put it in the freezer and just hope for the best. Shoot, I really should have thought about that. The biggest downfall of this kind of ice cream maker is that you have to have a really big deep freeze on the ice base thing. Besides that, it's a great ice cream maker. I've made ice cream with it multiple times. And then while that's going, I'm going to clean up after myself, probably do a workout, and then meet back here. Oh, God. Wow. Oh, God. Okay. Well, apparently it's been a while since I've used it. It was really stuck back there. I have a different base. I actually have two bases, which is really nice. go this way and this way. Forget. This way? This way. Uh-oh. All right, I have to be really fast because the ice cream base is done. Off camera, oh, yeah, I forgot. So as I was pouring the base in here, I remembered that it expands and I had added so much to it. So I took a little bit out and just put it in the freezer. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but it's still like completely overflowed this thing. It's a mess. I need really fast, like I said. I am worried about everything being cooled down enough to form the whole thing today. I really hope I don't have an Ian bin moment, but I'm feeling a little anxious about that. So I decided to put the ice cream in here. It fits over my cake just fine. And I was thinking about what I need to do. I think that I need to put some Pam spray and then cling wrap and then the ice cream so that way I can pull it out. That's what I'm going to do. Maybe two. Okay. That's what I think I'm going to do. This thing is such a mess. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, while I'm doing this, I wanted to tell you a story of something that happened. And I was thinking about my stories and I was thinking about how it would be really fun to see if I could animate them. And so I asked my middle son, because he likes to do Scratch and he draws his own animation, if he would animate this story that happened to us. So I'm going to see if that works out. And then if I do, then maybe I'll put it in. But what happened was that I went to go pick up my two younger kids from school. And we were driving home on the freeway, and then we got off at our exit. And there was a car in front of me. I noticed that there was an eagle flying off to our left. So I said, "Hey, look, kids, there's an eagle." But out of the corner of my eye, I noticed that the car in front of me was driving kind of erratic because he also saw the eagle. Actually, it's not that it's uncommon to see eagles where we live. It's not, but it's still like majestic and beautiful. So I start to slow down and to pay attention to him because I'm worried about how he's driving. And then I notice that he gets out his phone and he's trying to take a picture of the eagle with the phone outside of the car. And he then drops said phone onto the off ramp. It separates into his phone and the whatever that thing is called, holder thing, whatever it is. I yell something like totally, I don't remember what I yelled because I was like, I say something, and my kids are like laughing, and then we go around this poor guy. I don't know what happened with his phone, and all the cars behind us are like honking, and screeching on the brakes and all that kind of stuff. And my kids and I are like laughing. And then I say to them, like, did I scream something? And they start laughing, like, yes, you screamed something. And I was like, oh no, did I swear? And they start laughing. And they said that I screamed, holy shoot balls. Holy shoot balls is what I yelled. I mean, at least I had the presence not to swear in front of them. That's good, because I do like to swear. So anyway, I'm going to keep getting this ice cream into my little mold, and then I'm going to put it in the freezer, and hopefully it has enough time to completely freeze so I can work with it. But yeah, it's a mess. This is, oh gosh, no, yeah, this is a mess. Okay, all right. Okay, bye. I thought that I filmed this whole thing and then I didn't film it, so I'm gonna have to film it again. I'm gonna start making my Swiss meringue. There's lots of different kinds of meringues that you can make. I decided to go with Swiss meringue. It's basically like a marshmallow, and then we're gonna toast it. I'll put maybe a list of the other meringues you can make for Swiss meringue. I mean, for baked Alaska. I'm using Martha Stewart's, and here is my finished cake. I put it in the freezer so that it would be cold. I also topped it with a little bit of salt because I felt like everything was sweet on sweet on sweet. And when I'm making my meringues, I need to remember to put lime zest in it while it's whisking. I'm hoping to get all of this done before I have to go get my kids, which is really soon, like in 25 minutes. So hopefully I'll get everything done. What you do for your meringue is you get your egg whites in a pan. There's 8 of them with sugar, and then you dissolve it over simmering water. And I'll probably use the egg yolks because I don't like to waste food. So I'll probably use the egg yolks for something else like a mayonnaise or something like that. But I'm going to get going on that. The meringue is done, I think, because I think we have stiff peaks, right? Okay. We are nearing the home stretch in this Showstopper Baked Alaska challenge. I got this brand new kitchen torch and I have to figure out how to fill it. I watched a video. It looks easy enough and there's instructions, but you know, it's fire and I'm clumsy, so we'll see what happens. It looks like, so it's never been filled. I did purge it, even though there's nothing in there. Looks like I just put that on top of there. I don't know. Ooh, I don't know if it's going in. To fill the torch, choose, okay. When the torch happens, turn the butane can upside down and firmly insert into the tip. And I think that's what it's supposed to do. Oh, it feels like it's going all over. I bet that's not supposed to happen. Okay, maybe I should use one of these tips. I'm already doing it wrong. It doesn't fit on there. Before filling it, press the button inflastation pin to drain the remaining fluid. Okay, put that on there. If you choose, you can use a small plastic tool to fill the torch. No, I think this is how it's supposed to be. It just like isn't really going in. Maybe I'm just... It's just like filling the whole bottom. It doesn't seem right. Hey Ryan, can you come here please? So you're just supposed to turn this upside down, but then there's like butane like getting all over the place. You're just supposed to be able to push through this little push thing.
Yeah.
And then it goes in there.
I've never filled one.
But that doesn't seem right. Ooh! Just got on my skin. Okay, I'm worried now. I can see it coming out.
You covered yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We hold this while I wash my hands so before I flame it. It seems to like go down.
Don't use your ready flames or sparks. You can already light off that.
Don't use where?
Your ready flames or sparks.
Okay, I'm gonna put this over here. Did it go down?
I don't know if it's evaporating or if it's disappearing.
Okay. Whoa, it's like so super cold.
Yeah, it's like when you do the fire extinguisher.
Okay, let's see what happens. So you want to have it on low, and then you want to unlock it, and you should be able to. God, I'm terrified. Oh, maybe it was locked.
Flame on, flame on, flame on, flame on, flame on.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Ooh.
Cool. Okay, thank you.
Nice job.
Needed moral support. Okay, thank you. That was scary. Okay, I'm gonna get all my little pieces out. So I have my lime Swiss meringue, and then my coconut cake, and my ice cream base. I am worried about my ice cream base because it's not all the way solid, so I do feel like I need to be really fast. So I'm going to put the ice cream base on here. I'm first going to put a layer of the meringue, and then I'm going to pipe some meringue as well, I think. I think that makes sense. But anyways, we'll figure that out when we get there. Okay. Ah! Okay. Ah! Ugh. Okay, good. So far, so good. It's hard not to eat the ice cream because it's really good. Okay. It's a little
off. That's okay. Okay, so I think I'm going to do a layer and then I'll put it back in the freezer while I put some in a piping bag, and then I'll pipe some, and then we'll torch it, and then we'll taste it. And oh, and it is the beginning of spring break for my kids. So that's really fun. So this will be kind of like a happy spring break cake. That's a thing, right? We do that as parents. We make happy spring break baked Alaska cakes, right? Okay, maybe I'll start something. Maybe a bit more. I'm really gonna have to resist the urge. You know how like because I've been talking about Ian throwing his creation into the bin. So you know how when you go somewhere high and then you feel like maybe you might fall off the edge. So that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. So I really have to resist the urge to just like, I'm not going to do it though. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the freezer. Now I'm going to work on my piping bag. I guess I'll use that one. So remember to put all the piping pieces on the right way this time. I did a huge cookie challenge and I put my piping tips on incorrectly, and I had to take the frosting out of the bag and redo it, and it really sucked. Yeah, it was super unfortunate. Okay, so I think it goes, no, maybe this one just doesn't fit. It's a different piping thing. Gosh, but I would really like to use this. So maybe I will use this bag. Like that? I think, yeah. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Decisions have been made. I think that goes like that, right? Just goes in here. I don't know. If I have all these things, I should probably learn how to use them. I think there's more space in here. It's just so meringue. Like it's just so meringue. So much meringue. Okay. Oh, it smells really good though. It smells really limey. Okay, hopefully I'll be able to, oh no. Maybe that was supposed to have like a stabilizer. I forget with these bags. No. Whatever. Okay. Stay. All right, we're gonna work very fast. I would like to do swirls because that seemed really fun. Just got meringue on my shirt. Okay, working fast, working fast, working fast. Oh no, it's gonna be messy. Oh. Oh. I feel like I'm triggered by piping bags, honestly, and like the feeling of the frosting or whatever it is all over me, because then it makes me feel like I'm not doing the right thing, like I'm messing up and it's not working out. I got to work through that trauma with this series. That's what this series is about. It's working through the trauma of thinking that I can't do these things or that I'm not good at it. Yeah, this is like my therapy, and talking into the camera, it's like the camera is my therapist. Do you think it's normal to talk to yourself while you're filling a piping bag? Sure hope so.
Oh no. Okay. Spilling all over the counter. Okay. Working fast, working fast. Cake is melting. Okay. Super mess. Super mess. No, I don't know if that was, I could have done something different there, but that's okay. Just gonna put like little, I have a little bit left and there's some gaps, so I just want to fill with like little flowers or stars, you know, ugly little flowers. If you know, you know. Just gonna keep piping terrible little flowers, stars. Almost out. Okay, it's time to flame on. I'll take my shirt off for this. Okay. Here we go. Of course, it's not going to work this time. There it goes. Woo! It's working! Oh, that's really fun. Ryan, you want to come see?
Ooh, that's pretty. That's really pretty.
Yeah, we should get an in action here. Yeah, I'd like to say it was my idea to pipe it that way, but I just was following what other people's looks like. This is fun. I like this a lot.
I wonder how long the butane lasts.
Yeah, probably not that long. And I don't know if it was full or not. Well, it looks so neat with the swirls.
That's pretty.
That was a lot more satisfying using the torch than I thought it would be. What a fun new toy. I'm going to have to torch a lot of things. That was really fun. I do love creme brulee too, but also Parmesan cheese and things like that. That sounds really good. I don't know. This is all ready to be taste tested. I don't know if you can handle it. Do you think you're ready? Here it comes. Ta-da! Isn't it beautiful? I think it's really pretty. I hope it tastes good. And it's not going to go in the bin, so that's good. And it seems like everything kind of worked out as far as the timing and everything. I think it's a little soft in the center, but you know, we'll live with it. Okay, let's see if I can get a little bit of everything. It is hard to cut. Okay, well, this probably wasn't like the best bowl situation. Plate. Okay, let's see if I can get some out. Huh. You gotta work for it. Okay. Oh, there's a little bit. I'm kind of excited. All right. Let's taste it. There's definitely a little bit of paper. Oops. Wow. Okay. That's like a real gourmet cake. Yeah. Just gonna eat it all. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thanks for waiting while I ate the whole thing. Besides a little bit of parchment paper, that was incredible. 2 thumbs up and a smile. Yeah, one of the best desserts I think I've made. If I had to critique it at all, I don't know if you can pull each individual flavor out. I did just get a big hit of coconut, which is nice. And you can absolutely taste the meringue is more vanilla-y than it is lime. I did put a lot of vanilla. Maybe I put too much vanilla. But the ice cream, the mango ice cream is super good. But I mean, that's just like pulling hairs. I think that is handshake worthy, which might be, well, I don't know. My stuffed bread that I made with the hot honey and the pepperoni was also super good. But I think this one's actually handshake worthy. So that's where we're going to leave it. I hope that you come back and watch more in my series. I don't know which episodes are up next. I haven't watched them yet, so can't give you that preview. But catch up on all the other episodes I have in this series. And then I have some other series that I'm doing as well. I hope that you have a great day or a great weekend wherever you are in your week. And bye-bye. See ya. And